Hey, it's Jay. Welcome to Black Lace and White Lies. This is a short visual novel that has a word limit of 1,000 words, and I think there are three endings, so I might try and get all of them. I have to click. Okay. She sat quietly in my tiny kitchen, eyes flickering over my shabby, rundown home. The more she observed, the more she shifted uncomfortably on the cold wooden bench. I suppose I did forget to leave out the cushions. It's been a while. I mustered up the energy for a proper reply. Oh, Lord. Not long enough. It's nice to see you. I saw one of the comments saying that they went for the nice route, but it ended up kind of unfortunate. So I'm curious to how this is gonna end up. It's nice to see. Nice expression. She stared at me before sipping her tea to collect herself. I went to apologize. I spent the next few minutes pouring out my heartfelt speech that I had prepared. It was full of sorrow and regret for trying to sabotage her relationship with father. Is that my sister? Or is it like a religious father? I even tearfully mentioned that particular day she was drenched in wine, glistening in burgundy and expensive creamy silk. Her posture was stiff, still unsure of what to make of my words. I'm sorry. Her hand trembled as she took another sip. I could see the glassy wetness in her eyes. Her cup was nearly empty by now. Let's just leave it alone for now. I can't forgive you. It's too late for that now. Interesting and weird how the quotation moved like that. I understand. With that, she left. I quickly began cleaning up. The remainder of the tea went down the drain, and I tossed the whole tea set into the dumpster. I waited. 2 weeks later, Laura contacted me with terrible, terrible news. When she had driven home that day, there was an accident. Her car careened right off a cliff into the water. There were barely any remains left when they eventually fished her out. That's a horrible way to phrase that. I mean, I love it, but Jesus Christ. The investigation results suggest she had fallen asleep at the wheel, exhausted from her recent loss. I smiled as I packed my meager belongings. It had taken several months, but the state of my dearly departed parents was finally settled. I locked the door to the cabin, saying a silent farewell. The way up to this place was more curve and slope than anything else. It would be my last time down this treacherous road. Literally and figuratively. I don't know what father ever saw in this rotting shack. I didn't plan on ever coming back. After all, I was finally going to have a proper home, lovingly prepared by my late stepmother. Oh, that was a stepmom. Into welcome home. Oh. So that's my stepmama? Why is she holding a skull, though? Okay, let's do another one. Next ending. She sat quietly in my tiny kitchen, eyes flickering over my shabby, run-down home. The more she observed, the more she shifted uncomfortably on the cold wooden bench. I did forget to leave my cushions. It's been a while. Not long enough. Oh, her eyes are red. Her face twitched before she let out a deep sigh. This is awkward. You didn't deserve father. I continued before she could retort. I want you out of my house, stepmother. So that's what this is all about. You never fail to disappoint. Damn. She tossed a business card at my face, glancing down on her untouched cup. Thanks for the tea. Any further communication will be through my lawyer. I soon found out that father had been living in her house. I was owed nothing. And one, did that say useless? I clicked too fast. Yeah, that did say useless. Okay, I went through it again real quick in like 5 seconds to see what the end was. Okay, one more. Last ending. Sat quietly, eyes flicking over, forgot cushions. It's been a while. I mustered up the energy for proper reply. It's nice to see you. She stared at me before sipping her tea to collect herself. I went to apologize. What am I apologizing for? I spent the next few minutes pouring out the heartfelt speech that I had prepared. It was full of sorrow and regret for trying to sabotage her relationship with father. I even tearfully mentioned that particular day she was drenched in wine, glistening in burgundy and specific. Her posture was stiff, still unsure of what to make of my words. I'm sorry. Her hand trembled as she took another sip. I could see the glassy wetness in her eyes. Her cup was nearly empty now. To refill her tea. Her lips raised ever so slightly. She always did have a sweet tooth, and I had practically dumped the whole bag of sugar for this batch. Jesus Christ. The conversation meandered. She was nursing her third cup by then. She was saying something about father when she trailed off, slumping into her seat. Did she have a heart attack from all the sugar? I checked her pulse. It was faint. I waited until it was gone. Then in the middle of the night, we took a little road trip, stepmother and I. That gold digger seduced father, but I kept him away from me for nearly a decade. I wasn't going to let her be anywhere near his grave. As I watched her corpse sink into the swampy water, I smiled and threw it on the road. Well, that was a wild ride. I liked that. That was really short, again, like 1,000-word limit, but I liked it. I wish there could have been like a little bit more detail or explanation about how the main character sabotaged their father's and stepmother's relationship, but I liked it. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified whenever I upload. If you have any more recommendations for itch.io games, then please tell me in the comments. I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.